Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I recorded a video for you. I am back to YouTube. I am excited about it, and I wanted to talk to all of you about why I was gone and why I'm back. So many of you have been coming to my lives lately, and it's been a really nice way for me to reconnect with a nice small group of people that have been following me on Instagram, because that's where I've been concentrating most of my efforts lately. I had just a love-hate relationship going with YouTube when I finished filming almost 9 months ago. And the reason why was because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't be the first one to come out with the videos. I couldn't be the first person to receive the products. And I wasn't getting, and I'm not getting really very much PR. I've gotten a couple things that I'll share with you as time goes on, but everything you're going to see today has been purchased by me and always will be unless I tell you. And no matter what, I will always be honest with you. You guys know that about me. I am a straight shooter. Whatever it is that is authentically me is what you're going to get here. But because I couldn't be first, and because I'm not great with swatches, and I couldn't figure out my place in this whole YouTube world. And I guess my place is going to be connecting with you. I am in the middle right now of working on a website that is for us. It is going to be a place that we can have live connections. There'll be a chat area for people to talk to each other about the different things that we've been going over, or just things that you feel like discussing. You will be getting from me a very special gift that will help you incorporate the things that are not brand new, because I am going to be all about reinventing the things that we already own. Not a project pan. Nobody's being punished or made to finish any of their makeup. It's nothing like that. It's going to be more of reconnecting with the things that you fell in love with a while back that you may have forgotten because they're not right in front of you. Same thing happens to me all the time. So that'll be given to you. And then also it will take you into the beauty chat, we're calling it. It's part of Michelle Bernstein Beauty, but it's the part where we get to talk and we get to connect. My goal is to give us a community, a supportive community where you can go and get lots and lots of discussion, help, connections with the things that you care about. And it will give us a place to connect with each other in a hopefully really comfortable setting. Now, these things are taking a long time because I'm developing them myself. So here's a quick rundown on what will be on our website. You will have a place that you can come that will have a welcome, and there'll be easy to get to buttons to visit my YouTube or my Instagram, and it will also take you into the beauty chat community area. There will be blog posts that will have areas that you can shop for all of my favorites and the things that we go over together. Those links help to support the channel, and I really do appreciate when you use them. All the creators appreciate it. It doesn't cost you any money, and it gives us the ability to put some money back into our channels to buy more of the products that we share with you. You will be able to shop my favorites through my Shop My links, and directly through YouTube, there will be also some links there for you. There will be an Instagram strip, and I'm really going to be using Instagram to focus on every new release that I can find. These are things that I haven't vetted yet, but things that are coming out and things that you might be interested in or getting ready to purchase because they'll be coming onto the scene soon. And when you send me your email, you will be getting a weekly newsletter from me that will keep you up to date on anything happening in the beauty space, exciting things that you need to know, and any schedules of sessions that we will be having together. We will have an area that will allow you to access behind the scenes material, have private chats with me, and sneak peeks. It'll be a VIP area. It will also entitle you to a one-on-one with me that can be arranged quarterly, and we can go over personally, you and I, things that will help you get the most out of the beauty products that you have and any suggestions that I have for you color-wise or any products that I think will work for you. It'll just have time for us to be able to talk one-on-one through a live chat. I'm actually really looking forward to that because I really want to work with people one-on-one. It sounds really exciting to me, and it's fun to share ideas together. I'll have a live calendar with weekly happy hours on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 p.m., I should say. So that's a little just quickie behind the scenes thing. Today, we are going to be mostly talking about a new YSL palette that I received finally. That is the Unexplored Garden palette. And I love greens. I tried to get some kind of a little shirt that would go with this today, but I've been waiting for this to pop. I found mine on Nordstrom.com. It does keep selling out. I will keep reposting where you can purchase this finally in the US. I know you guys have had it in Canada and in the UK and in the EU, but we finally got it here and I got my hands on it, so I am really excited about it. It will also give me the opportunity to show you some other green palettes that you may already have to create the kind of look that we're going to do together today. I did my base, just a very quick, using the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow tints from Charlotte. I use number 2, and I also use number 11 just to do a little bit of shaping of the face. So these are my 2 complexion products that I used. I'll give you a little swatch here. Number 2 and my deeper shade, which is number 11. And I really love these as a base, especially in the summertime because they've got a really nice glow, very blendable. And I just really enjoy these so much to give me just a very quick, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. We will do some concealing after we get some makeup on because I really want that to show through. I want the concealer to have behind it the makeup that I'm putting on just to give that dimension. We'll get more onto that later. I do want to start with the Fara Homidi Bronzer that I am so excited about, and I've shared with a lot of you. This is a beautiful, cool-toned bronzer with a very pink undertone. And I find that it is even better for my complexion than my beloved Gucci bronzer. But I just want to start with this because It really gives you that sun-kissed glow and makes you feel like you've really been out in the sun. I did purchase her brush, which I find really easy to use. I swirl in here, and basically what I've been doing is just trying to hit the places where the sun would normally hit my skin. This brush is really great for swiping the product on, but also for sculpting, which I will show you. But as you can see, it's just a very natural look to go over the bridge of my nose, hit the places where the sun would naturally hit me, give myself that little bit of sculpting. And the shape of the brush really allows you to do that. It's a very soft brush. You can get a pointed area or more of a diffused look. But I find that I really do get a very pretty sun-kissed glow from this that is very different from anything I've been able to get with any other product out there as far as a really natural look goes. Okay, so we're going to prep my eyelids today with the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. I do find that this is a great base still for me when I am doing an eye look and want to have a nice blanked out canvas that isn't overly white or overly pink or overly yellow. I find it to be very balanced and easy to use, just to really give myself that even smooth surface. And it really is just an oldie but goodie. MAC is back, as we have seen lately, which I love. I love seeing MAC come back. It reminds me of the days when I was a lot younger. It just brings me back to a very good time in life. So I've powdered using my Mob Beauty Translucent just on top of that to give myself a very smooth go. This is fantastic powder for blurring also. We'll be using that later. So I want to start out with the YSL palette. It does come with two little brushes. One is a foam, one is more of a brush. I'm going to use regular brushes today, but we're going to swatch this palette. The YSL formula to me is one of the best formulas out there. I can't think of an eyeshadow that is, I think, more user-friendly right now and just also very beautiful. It is called Unexplored Garden. It is number 830. It did pop up at Nordstrom's. It has been selling out again. And then it'll be back on, and then it'll be sold out again. Nordstrom is having their anniversary sale right now, so they are very busy. I am going to put on a little lip balm from Phytosurgeons. Oh, not this one. This one's colored. I have so many of them. They're like all over the place. This is the clear. It gives me great hydration, but also it's a really nice base for lip products. Let me zoom in a little bit closer here. Don't know why you're so far away. There we go. Want everybody to be able to see what's happening here. Okay, so we've prepped the eyelids and we're going to go in. I want to show you some swatches, even though this is not going to be a swatchy channel. I am going to share with you these colors. And we will also be looking at some other green palettes later. So here are the swatches from the Unexplored Garden. It's such a nice mix of both shades and also the different formulas that are here. So they really like to give you a little topper, and this one has that nice green shift. And then we have a matte here that's on the lighter side, kind of a khaki. And then we have a more deep brown color. And then what I think is like the star of the show is this very shimmery green. But this color story is neutral enough that I think it can go really well on warm or cool skin tones. So I think that's exciting in and of itself when everybody can share in the excitement of a palette that's out there. Okay, we're going to start out by just giving ourselves a little bit of definition in the crease. Now, I have hooded eyelids, I have mature eyes, and because I have this extra skin, I want to push that part back and bring the lighter parts forward. I'm going to take this middle brown shade, this kind of middle of the ground brown shade, I should say, and I'm going to go up here and create for myself against the brow bone just this very fake crease. And I'm going to take this straight across right here, because this part of my eyelid is the part that really hangs down low. So I want to make sure that it's recessed and going back, because dark things go back, light things go forward. So I'm going to go up against my brow bone here. Now this side is like the side that I sleep on. So I always feel like this side is like a little more wrinkled than the other. We have a nice light colored, shadowy crease. And I like to pull everything out and then also up. So I am going to take a little bit of this color and just connect this going up and out. I find this is the easiest way to start an eye look. And so far, this is performing very nicely. This matte seems to be really smooth, buttery, blendable. And I feel like the YSL shadows have been very easy to work with. And I have to say, like, they have absolutely become one of the favorite brands of people. I think they've gone through a real kind of rebirth, rejuvenation, rehab, whatever we want to call it. They've done it. This brush that I'm using is like a half fan brush. You can use any kind of brush, obviously, when you're doing this. I like to go into the deepest color, which is this darker brown. I'm actually going to turn into this mirror over here. And I like to pull this from behind my lashes out, just like that. And I like to do that on both sides, just to start to give me a good shape. And this color is performing really nicely. I'm not getting skipping. I'm getting smooth pigment like I would expect from these YSL shadows that are just such a favorite. And I've connected this a little bit into the crease color. But as you can see, that's like a deeper shade. And we want to really blend this, and we can deepen and darken as we go. Now, I do like to curl my lashes before I get too much eyeshadow on so that I don't rub it off. And today I'm using the Surratt. And I like to grab my lashes down close, let go and go more, let go a little bit more. And it really gives them that up and out open feeling. So just kind of repeat that on this side. But it should make my eyes look more open, wide, bigger, however you want to look at it. Okay, so we have shadowing here on this fake crease that I have. And I'm going to blend this out even more. These rougher brushes are just so great. This is one of the Shoto brushes, and these were made with calligraphy in mind, which I think is so cool. All right, so we've got a very nice basic kind of shape going here. Now what I want to do is give myself a little bit of brightening here and then some green. One of the things that I have noticed is that if I take a matte eyeshadow, preferably a creamy one, this is from Victoria Beckham. It's called Trench. What I like to do with this is go right inside my eye to brighten up that inner corner. And I can actually just use my finger to blend that a little bit. And the matte shadow here tends to help my eyelids look more smooth, less wrinkly. And I can take this across further if I want. I can even use this as an eyeshadow base if I want to. But I really just wanted to lighten that area up before I start going in with the sparkly green. One of the only brushes that I'll use on any kind of a shimmery shadow is my number 21 brush from Rougher. I am going to use it to start the placement and will probably go into a finger, but I just want to see how this applies first. This is not an eyeshadow that I have used yet. I'm just going in the center right now to test this color out. And I'm getting some nice sparkle using the brush and a very soft application. Let's just for fun go on the other side, and I'm going to use my finger and see how much more shine we get. See if there's much of a difference. I'm going all the way down as far as I can to those lashes because I have a hooded eye and I really want that peeking through. All right, so we can see I definitely got a better application with my fingers. So I'm going to go back over on this side and even it out. That's really pretty. What a pretty green. Greens are so much fun, and there's so many of them right now. It's really pretty. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is I want to go back into the deeper shade, and I really want to make it dark right here because closest to the lash line is where I want to have depth. It'll make those lashes at the edges look longer. So I'm darkening that initial wingy shape that we did. And I do find that a wingy shape at this point in time in my life is a whole lot softer and a whole lot more effective and not as frustrating as trying to do a wing. A wing. A wing. I haven't even started to go on the bottom yet, and you can already see this is really pretty. And I do still take a finger. I like fingers. I think they soften things. I think you get a lot of control with them. I am able to connect this to that top, and that's just really shaping up to do some things that I like seeing. I'm going to take a very stiff, tight smudger brush now. Not going to go into the darkest color yet. I'm going to go into my medium brown color. And I just want to sweep it across the bottom of my lashes. Not all the way, but maybe 3/4. And I'm staying pretty tight to the eye right now. Making sure to connect over here. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the deeper color, or deep dark. And I want to connect here and also just bring that out a little bit. And I'm relaxing my eye to make sure that I get this even on the bottom and work with my wrinkles and all that stuff to bring this out. And then what I can do is take that brown that we did on the crease to just give that a nice gradient. And we're pretty much where we're going to be until we have liner and that good stuff. I have a lot of choices here for liners. I could do a lighter brown. I could do a darker brown. I could do more of a cinnamon. I'm going to go with the cocoa brown, which is from Victoria Beckham. And I am going to go into my waterline, and also I'm going to tight line with it. So I'm going to grab a little mirror here. And this is a nice deep brown. So usually I like to use a dark brown or a black on my waterline, depending on what color I'm doing. And I'm really taking the time to get in between those lashes. Sometimes it's better not to look. I'm bringing it over here, but not as thick, because I really want those lashes to look much thicker and winged out on the sides. And if I build this up a little bit more than I do like right here and right here, it helps. So I'm going to grab some mascara. I'm going to use my Vast Lash because she's my Schmillo drama queen. I love my Victoria Beckham Vast Lash. It acts just like a tubing mascara, even though it comes off not as traditional tubes do. And I'm just doing the wiggle because this is a really volumizing and lengthening formula. And I am wiggling my way through my lashes, which I find really gives me the best application. Now, this is one of those that likes to be built on when it's still malleable and not dry. This is one dip. And I like to work on this one eye at a time because of it drying. So I'm using the edge to give myself a little extra on those edges. And double dip. and really go for the gusto on the outer part of my lash. And I'm doing that by really wiggling. But it's just such a good mascara. Look at the difference. You really do get so much length and just beautiful fan dot lashes from this mascara. I love it. It's my absolute favorite. Okay. Got our mascara on. Give that a second to just sort of chill out a minute. But we got a nice step. I'm going to do a little blush while we're waiting for this. I had picked out a few different ones that I wanted to hold up. This is Coquette and Mimi. Then we have Petal and Biscuit. Kind of like that. And this is one I was thinking, Suede and Sable. Yeah, I'm feeling like that's the wheelhouse that we're in with this color story. I'm feeling that. All right. So I'm going to go in with my Angie Hot and Flashy right into the blush. And I like to work the blush in, but then I like to work off my hand. Really get that brush primed so that's in there, and I don't go in with too much because you can always put on more, but it's hard to take it off. And I just really want a very natural flush. These blushes from Westman Atelier have really, they were a heavy hit, no question, but wow, I love them. What I've been finding is that I love combining her cream products with her powders. So with Suede and Sable, I've been finding that I really like Garcon and also Mimi. So I'm going to do a little bit of Garcon first, just on the tip of my finger. Give myself a little kind of further out. I do love to pat on the cheeks, whether it's with a brush or my finger. I feel like the bouncing doesn't disturb what's underneath, and I can get a nice diffused placement. I've already got a good glow going there. Take a little bit of the Mimi, and I like to go right up to my eye, like right underneath. And as a rule, I try not to go past my pupil. I think it's just more flattering. And I really like to do that lifting. So far, we have no highlighter on. And we do have a color here that I almost feel like could be used as a contour, but I don't want it to pull so incredibly warm. So I'm going to leave that for the moment and go back into my bronzer and just really carve out that shape that I'm liking. Just make sure that I'm feeling super bronzed. It's a great color. Gosh, I just love that stuff. Okay. The eyes, I had done my eyebrows already because that's like a whole thing. We need some lips. We're going to use my favorite lip liner, which is M159 from Mob Beauty. I will die on the hill that this is the best lip liner around. I don't love overlining tremendously. I feel like that's one of those things that won't age very well. but nothing major. I'm not like a super overliner. I am going to contour a little, and we can add more to that when we put the lipstick on. For lipstick today, I picked out something that I have not been using enough of. This is the Beige Tan Hermes Silky lipsticks that came out. I'm just putting this like in the center. Such a pretty color. And these feel really good, really hydrating, which I love. And I just like to blur it on my lips like that. And then I like to take the liner then and just deepen it like that. And then I like to go for a gloss to give it a little bit of zhuzh. Brought out two of these. I brought out Nana, and I brought out, I think it's Biscuit. So if we want to go lighter or more brown, I want to go a little bit lighter. And I like to put this in the middle with the wand and just tap like so. One of the most important things that I've been finding lately is that before I powder the center, before I do any of that stuff, I want to go in with a little bit of concealer. And I don't want it to be too light. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Victoria Beckham and just go right in here, because I had on the base that I put on today. And then I want to take a good concealer brush. Got my Angie Hot and Flashy. And just really tap this out. Just to make sure I don't have any fallout here, even though I really don't think that I do. I haven't even put my sparkly on yet. I put some of the sparkly, but inevitably I will have dinked. And the best way to take off anything like that is with just a wand, like a dry wand. So I'm liking the way this is looking. And we still have the lightest part to put on. Now, if you remember, I went in here with the matte color. And now I can use a small brush to go into just this very reflective color. I want to tap that off and just let it go right in the center here. Just add a little bit of reflective brightening. It's just a small amount. And then I want to take my finger and I just want to put this right on top of the other sparkly that we have, but definitely more just in the center and all the way to the lashes. Just to add that extra glow. I love the glow. These eyeshadows just performed amazingly well. All right, we're gonna beef up the blush and finish this look. Thing I really like about summer makeup is that it's just about trying to look healthy, glowy, and have a fun eye going. Going to take a little bit of finishing powder, which I'm going to do before I powder on the center of my face. I like to take the number 3 meteorites. a little of it here. Here. Just gives me like a really nice glow. And finally, we're going to go into the center. All of the Mob Beauty stuff is recyclable. This can be buried in your backyard and it will go back into the dirt. It's a great blurring powder. And I don't want to lose a lot of the luminosity, but I just want to go right where the center of my face, just so that I'm not glowy in all the wrong places. Go under the eye. But I kept that finishing powder glow that we had going. I'm going to take some of my Hourglass setting spray. Woo! I've been very excited to do this look. Been very excited to put on the side. I'm really pleased with that. I think it's very soft. I think we have a really nice shape going. The only thing that I'm feeling like I want to adjust a little bit is just right underneath. And this is just a wing brush that was from the Scott Barnes era. I don't know if he's ever going to bring these back again, but just to smudge this out a little bit. I really like this grungier look to look like it's lived in rather than perfected. Brings me back to the grungier days, and this certainly fits the bill with that little added zhuzh of color. But there we are with the summer sun-kissed green unexplored garden finally in the US. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I want to show you guys a couple other green palettes that you may have around that you can use in place of this, so you don't have to buy another green palette if you already have something. Some of the ones that I have would be the new Lisa Eldridge. A lot of the same colors with some additional ones. These are amazing glittery shades. Gorgeous palette. You can see. Beautiful. Going way back in time here, we have Emerald Dust. This is a Tom Ford palette from a little while back, but that green would be gorgeous. And these shimmery shades, beautiful with the brown. You could get a very similar look. Many of you may also have Velours Khaki. You're going to get definitely a deeper look, but you can certainly bring in like a little bit of a shimmery color that has more of a pearl tone to it if you really wanted to get it a little bit lighter looking. These are gorgeous shadows as is. And then the palette that has really the most choices of greens would be this one from Natasha Denona. This was the Yucca palette. You can see you've got gorgeous foiled shades and some beautiful mattes. Of course, they're going to be unbelievable. They're Natasha's. But I'm sure you have some green palettes around. I'm not going to be the swatch lady. I really don't want to fit that bill anymore. I recommend the best swatches are on two people's sites. The first one is Rebecca at Not Fit for Print Beauty. She will do any swatches that you ask for, and she puts them right on Instagram for you. Awesome. When she does her reviews. And then Lexi Zhang is the other person that I think is just phenomenal in going through all the swatches and comparisons that you could ever possibly need. I just want to have fun showing you guys makeup looks, talking through some things, doing lives with you, evaluating products. I can tell you that even before I put this makeup on today, I knew that I was going to truly love this palette. These are an incredible formula that they do. I love how there's usually a topper. You get a mix of shimmery shades and matte shades of different tones. This one, you got the 2 mattes, the topper, and the shimmery shade. All of them worked beautifully. I think this palette is amazing. I think it's a palette that a lot of people would get a lot of use out of. But as I showed you, green palettes have been out there. They're nothing new, and there's nothing that says you have to get this palette to get this kind of a look, because clearly, and I've just shown you a couple, there's lots of them out there. The point is to just try something a little bit sun-kissed, a little bit glowy, a little bit fun. I can even take a little bit of highlighter. This is just the pearl one from Victoria Beckham. I like to use my ring finger and my middle finger to just dot on a little bit of highlighter. Tiny bit right here. And I'm ready to go out. I'm ready for my day. I'm ready for my evening. I'm ready for whatever it is. It's dramatic for daytime, but you can pare this back and just do, one color. You could do a one and done. You could do a liner. You could just put a little bit of definition and then just a little bit of that really reflective light color. That's gorgeous too. You can do so many different looks with this palette and mix and match your lip products. You could go with a much darker lip. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope that this is something that you think that you would enjoy doing. There are so many greens out there. It's going to be, from what I've seen, a lot more green will be coming our way. There's going to be olive greens and forest greens and jeweled greens. There's a lot of green coming. So we just did our first video back. I'm excited. I'm going to be editing this with new software, so we'll see how it goes. But I will see all of you on Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central for our live. I will continue working on the website, and I'm really happy to be back with all of you. My next video that I'm going to do will probably be tomorrow, and it's going to tell you the story of what motivated me most to come back to YouTube, what gave me the inspiration, what gave me that oomph that I needed, and there'll be a little bit more about why I left and why I came back. But I just wanted to get this out to you because this palette came and I was so excited. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you got something out of this today and that this is something that you would like to recreate. Thank you for being here. I just want to say to all of you that I am really glad that you're part of this community. You guys, please, in the comment section, what do you think about the color green? Are you someone who uses the color green? What palettes are your favorite with the color green? And how do you feel about easy summer skin that's still glowy and not all the way perfected? Would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. All right, you guys, I will see all of you very soon. Take care. Bye.